You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude. Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manaan, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere. Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith, and they enforce it very strictly. So we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe Kolto export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether. You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what Kolto is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that Kolto is only found naturally on Manaan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what Kolto bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites. The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require? A star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you? It's big. Real big. Actually, it's pretty much the only real city on the entire world. The only place for us air breathers, anyway. Manaan is a water world, which you may have noticed on your way down to land here, inhabited natively by a species of fish people called the Selkath. They built this city to cater to us off-worlders and as a base of operations to export Kolto, which is the only real thing they have to trade here. The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to... Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only... But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to. Is there anything else you require? Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Buenas tardes. Chichopa, Kumba Muira Guanaji, Kuyami, Juski, Chikanai, Hako Chichopa, Kava.
I heard the Sith are trying to work on a synthetic version of Kolto. I wouldn't be surprised if the Republic was too.
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away. Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the... In case you hadn't noticed, there's a war. If we don't hire these mercs, the Sith will. Now excuse me. I have to continue my recruitments.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary. I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards. They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them in...
Manaan should treat us Sith better. Their day of reckoning approaches. The Selkath have forgotten the lesson of Taurus. Perhaps we should remind them.
If it weren't for the Republic, Manaan would already be under Sith control. But we haven't heard one word of...
Yes, I doubt the Republic would be involved in anything illegal. Still, if this Selkath has concerns, we could look into it for him.
Say, you must be new around here. My name is Viglo. You don't look like those Republic scum, and you aren't one of us Sith. So what brings you to Manaan? Well, you picked a real stinkhole to stop at. Republic soldiers are everywhere. Those arrogant Selkath treating us Sith like we're second-class citizens. I wish we could bomb this ocean world into a desert. But we need that Kolto for our Sith troops. Man, I hate this place. It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do nothing. Malak should send a fleet in and conquer the whole sector, Kolto or no. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind, you know? You some kind of historian? You should look to the future, not the past. That's why I joined the Sith. And then I get stuck on Manaan, worst post in the galaxy. It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do nothing. Malak should send a fleet in and conquer the whole sector, Kolto or no. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind, you know? Oh, I get it. I get a little too forward and you want to hold it against me. Hey, I just thought of something. If I said you had a great body, would you hold it against me? Barkeep, I sense I've offended my lady friend. Bring me another round so I can drown my sorrows in the sweet nectar of the Selkath people.
We might have a position within the Sith organization for one such as you.
Your offer is pretty good, but I've heard some nasty things about you, Sith. Is it true you bombed Taris into dust?
This is war. In war, certain distasteful acts cannot be avoided. But ask yourself this, when we win the war, would you rather be against the Sith or with us?
You make a good point. And I've never turned down a job that pays up front.
Excellent. Report to the Sith Embassy tomorrow for your assignment. I have no desire to speak to you. I know you have links to the Republic.
Look, lady, we Sith aren't here to make friends, so let me enjoy my drink in peace.
Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
How much for all this stuff, Tyvark?
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi mama jikona. Tonki pa nonku nek abog.
Thanks, Tyvark. Catch you next week.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko just cronky do patslimo. Chi ita kang achua penki. Yun patisa. Tong hitwama ag inko tune.
Tyvark hates the Sith, so he's always giving us Republic soldiers discounts. I bet he gives you Jedi a great deal.
Nong mulis limo poiwanga. Kiska nichu, kinba muli. Laboda na winki smak toma. Kiska da soki kupa bona. Ubabatu konchi.
Welcome to Manaan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid. Kolto is a precious resource. Its healing powers are near miraculous. During times of war, Kolto becomes even more valuable. As long as we have the permits, we will continue to harvest Kolto and ship it to our Republic soldiers battling against the Sith. Of course, the Sith enjoy the very same privileges. If there was some way we could gain an edge over the Sith in our Kolto supply, but the Selkath are fiercely protective of their neutrality in this conflict. They do not want to grant either side an advantage. Oh, of course I'll do whatever I can, but I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council. An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manaan? Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first. We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Otto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Phoraxan sharks. But while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back. It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manaan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do. There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far. We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for passcards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way. The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith Masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith Enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first? You'll need luck for that one. Odds are they have some pretty strong guards in there, but it's also the way most likely to succeed. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
So, you're the one Roland has got to help us interrogate this prisoner. Now, he's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of conditioning this guy, and we have... The Sith protect their really important spies with some sort of mental force feedback system. They can turn their minds in on themselves, so force compulsions won't affect them. Combine this with conventional training to resist interrogation, and sometimes it takes months to get them to tell what they know. Do you want to interrogate him now? Well, the training the Sith gave him will protect him from most normal interrogation techniques, and also, he was with another man when he was first spotted. We think it was another spy. We also seized some personal documents he had on him when he was captured. It would seem we checked this in our computers, and it seems to hold up. We've sent a couple of agents to investigate, but it may be a while. What we have here is your standard issue truth serum. It should make him spill his guts in. Because of his conditioning, he's able to resist it at small doses. But if you give him too much, his body realizes what you're trying to do and shuts his mind down completely. If you do that, you'll have to inject him with an antidote that neutralizes the truth serum. Unfortunately, that too has a drawback. It causes short-term memory loss. This may work to your advantage because you can try the same tactic over and over again. But if you use it too much, he may forget everything we want to know. Shall we get it started then? Hey you, wake up. Someone wants to talk to you.
What do you want? Tila, how did you find out about her? You think bribes will work? You must be dumber than I thought to think that a Sith would join the losing side just for credits. Do whatever you want. I know you will fail. My fellow Sith are probably even now trying to free me. Ha! You couldn't have her. You're bluffing, Jedi scum. What do you want? What companion?
The gutless Sith worm is already starting to crack. We'll have what we need within hours.
Ha! The Sith are stronger than you. Each one of us. You'll never break us.
Of course, they would never believe we let you go so easily, but they would all too happily believe you betrayed them.
The Sith are not that easy to fool. We would see through your petty deceptions and destroy you for the way you try to humiliate us. Nothing you could do to us would make us talk. We Sith are stronger than you give us credit for. What do you want? What do you want? Tila? How did you find out about... You think bribes will work? You... Do whatever you want! What do you want? You're not. You... lies. You work for the Republic.
The Sith will never trust you again, spy. We're the only place you have left. Tell us what we want to know.
Never. I am Sith. I will never betray them. Your Republic is weak. and will soon fall at any rate. You think me weak? Or... Boy, what do you want? You think bribe? Do whatever you want. Boy, what do you want? You want... Boy.
Giving up so soon? I think he could last a bit longer. Come back if you want to try to break him again. He's not going anywhere for a long time.
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns. The strings of numbers that end the code sequences. If we could complete those strings, we would have the key to their encryption system. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. The second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past it. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box.
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here? I don't recognize you, and I know every Sith on this planet. We'll get to the bottom of this. Commander Gran, report to the security desk immediately. You authorized this person to enter. I don't know them, and their identification doesn't match up. They're spies.
What? Sound the alarm! Droids, destroy them!
Oh! So be it! You cannot win. It was a Jedi indeed. as I can do.
The Force fights with me!
I'm here.
Yes?
What?
Force fights with her! is what a Jedi can do.
Yes? Now that must have hurt.
There, take that.
Now that must have hurt.
What is it?
I'm here.
What is it?
Yes, certainly you must have heard of the destruction of Taurus. It's your honorable friends that committed that atrocity. Use the Force, then. Look into your heart, and you will realize what is truth and what is lies. You have been saved from more than you know. Given time, the Sith would have turned you fully to the dark side, and you would have betrayed your world gladly.
So be
How did you get in here? Wait. I recognize you. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you. As you wish, my eager apprentices. We shall remove this thorn.
How did you get in? Did they send another submersible? Quick, we have to get out of here. We have to get away. No! No, we have no time. We have to leave now. I managed to close the door after they killed everyone else, but I don't know how long it will hold. The Selkath, they went crazy. They started killing anything that moved. Someone must have triggered the defense systems too, because all the droids activated as well. I was one of the mercs the Republic sent down here to find out what happened. We came down and secured the first couple of rooms. There were bodies everywhere, and the Selkath came out, screaming and croaking their fishy little war cries. They're dead. All dead. They swarmed out and over us. There was no way we could stop them, so we ran. But hardly any of us made it. I locked the door behind us, but the others had already left in the submersible. The sharks, the Feroxa out there, and worse. I heard an explosion shortly after the submersible left. They didn't make it. Just food for the sharks and the Selkath. Like us. No! I locked the door so the Selkath won't get in. If you open it, we're all done for! If you go in there, you're dead. You're all dead. If you want to die, then go. You won't hear me mourning for you. I'll stay here and be safe until some sort of real rescue comes.
You shall fall. I will be your doom! I will be your doom!
That is what a Jedi did.
So be it! You cannot win. I will be your doom! So be it!
That is what a Jedi can do.
For the Order!
That is what a Jedi can do. Jedi can do. You will fall! That is what a Jedi can do. That is what a Jedi can do. That is what a Jedi can do.
What can I do?
I'm here.
Is somebody out there? Fishy, fishy, fishy! Come and eat me too! You can't get me, little fishy! Not in here! I'm safe! Investigate? You're just like the others. Fodder for the Selkath. Walking fish next. Trump, trump, trump! If you can run... When the Selkath went insane and started killing everybody. No, 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 no. That's what the others said. Mercenaries like you. But they're dead. The Selkath ate them. Lunchy munchy. Don't know. Go ask them. When the demons scream... No, no. Only the... Don't know. When the... Bye-bye. Go look for fishy people. They'll chomp it.
this quick. You will fall! Feel it. For the Republic! Ha! That! Jedi. That! Jedi. What is it? I'm here. I'm here.
there? You're not Cellcath, I can see that much. Are you another rescue crew? I'm a merc the Republic hired a couple days ago to investigate. But all we found was a bunch of insane Cellcath killing everything that moves. All my companions are dead. The Cellcath swarmed over us. There were dozens of them. And they looked wrong, somehow. Like something had changed inside them. Insane or something. Oh, I'd have gone back to... I discovered a way to get to the bay and seal off the rest of the base. I just have to find the Kolto harvester they built on the edge of the Hrackert Rift. It's got an emergency override to open the doors to the submarine docking bay. And I could get in from the outside. I figured my only chance was to slap on an environment. Besides, it's gotta be safer out of... I'm not spending another minute in this facility. Not with those psychotic fish people all over the place. I'm heading out to the ocean floor right now. It leads to another complex of buildings. Going through them is the only way to reach the Kolto harvester. We should probably stick together, but I won't wait around in here with the Cellcath. You can catch up with me if you want. Down the hall and through the doors on the right. I'll be waiting on the ocean floor where it's safe.
Hurry up. Don't just stand there. We have to keep moving. The water is filled with... Ow! Ah!
No, you can't come in here. You'll let the Firaxa and the Selkath in. No, stay out! Stay out! I won't let you open the door for those monsters to get in. I'll stop you. I'll suck all the pressure out of the chamber. That'll stop you.
Kill them! Kill them now!
"60 seconds to complete depressurization. 54 seconds to complete depressurization.
No. The Firaxa will get us. No, the Selkath are coming. No! I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know what came over me. I just panicked when I heard...
We're both just scared.
When the Selkath went...
The Firaxan sharks...
The next thing we knew, Sammy and me...
We thought everyone was... I must have been hysterical. I don't know what I can say.
I'm Kono Nolan, and this is Sammy. We were scientists working... We had a secret agreement with the moderates in the Selkath government. They knew that Manaan could not survive independently.
Those thugs would wipe out the whole damn planet just to get at the Kolto.
So, all that went horribly... A star map? I don't know anything about a star map down here.
But there were some ruins that were excavated when we were digging the foundations for the last section of the Kolto harvesting...
But we can't go anywhere near those now. Maybe...
We don't know. Not for sure.
The work teams were outside in the rift, near the vent. Then there was this...
This monster...
It was a Firaxa shark, I think.
It was like it was...
Then... It was like they couldn't...
Well, maybe it was protecting the ruins by the rift.
Like, why it reacted so violently when our and also, why...
And all those other Firaxan sharks? Those might be its offspring.
Which would be... I don't know. It must still be...
Out there, waiting for us.
The Firaxan sharks have always been a serious problem. We had some blasters and projectile
We were working on a soluble chemical compound that would drive them away. Something that's...
Oh, I think not. Even flawed like it is.
No, it's not working right. The repellent we made was supposed to drive Firaxan sharks away, but we never got very far in its development. The one we tested instead was violently toxic to them, rupturing their outer skin in seconds and preventing them from drawing oxygen.
Which is exactly what we need in this situation.
But we don't know how else the chemical reacts.
We know exactly what it'll do. It'll kill the shark. That's what we designed it to do. You don't need to do anything else. We have a canister of the toxin here right now. All you need to do is insert it into the main Kolto harvester. Get away as soon as you can. We don't know how much worse it'll affect the giant Firax.
Well, the monster seems to have been driven out by the machinery we installed at the edge of the rift. I think if you could destroy the machinery we installed, the shark would calm down and retreat back into its lair inside the rift. You can reprogram the harvesting machines to overpressure their self-oxidizing fuel so that the fuel tank canisters will rupture and the entire machine will destroy itself. The hydrolium gas we use is a gas at 1 to 3 million Sangan. If you inject enough of the hydrolium gas into the tank,
But we'll lose everything we've built.
It's better than whatever your chemical will... Good. Destroying the machinery will be better in the long run. You'll have to break into the computer once the machinery is gone, the shark...
That won't work and you know it. We have to vent the toxin from the harvesting machine. You know what you have to do.
I just hope you make the right choice.
sorry.
We're both just scared.
When the cell... Sam...
We thought... I must have been...
I'm cool. We had a... But all... A star map? But we can't... The work...
This...
It was a...
It was like it...
Then... It may... It could... We had...
I think it...
And also...
And all those other
Which would be... That would be suicide!
Out there, waiting for us.
The Firax...
We were
Oh, I think...
No, it's not...
Which... We... Okay.
Well, the monsters see... I think... You... The height... If you enjoy... But... It's better... Good. You'll have to... One...
That... You know what...
I just hope...